Welcome to the YTG Podcast. My name is Nico. I'm an automotive marketing specialist and a racing car driver.
And my name is Sean Baker. I am the founder of this little shed in Keysborough, Young Timers Garage, or YTG. And this is Young Timers Garage dog, Priscilla.
Such a cutie. So YTG is a luxury car dealership here in Melbourne, Australia. And we started the show to talk about everything that goes on.
And New Zealand.
And New Zealand, of course, and New Zealand. And we talk about everything that goes on inside the automotive market in Australia and globally across the world.
All the good,
some
all the bad.
crazy stuff happens in the car industry, mate.
Yeah.
And there are some wild stories in the office. And so we decided, why not sit down and
have a bit of fun and talk about it. So welcome, enjoy, and look forward to your feedback in the future.
Welcome back. Another emergency episode. We've been doing a lot of these lately, but I've been really looking forward to this one. We are joined this week by Adam from MPW. He's a regular guest on the show. This is his third appearance, I think.
Second. I thought it was third.
I think you have been here twice. I'm pretty sure you did come back.
Yeah, man.
I think this is now your third.
But now, it's a bit different because they've broken everything in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, Adam's doing a lot
Everything.
now. A lot has changed since he was last on the show.
Huge.
And we were just chatting before just to sort of recap what we're going to talk about. And trust me, some of this stuff is going to blow your brains.
Yeah.
It's full on what Adam is now doing. So I'm going to hand over to Adam to kick things off. And I want to start, mate, with probably the biggest news.
All, congratulations, because it is fucking...
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. So All Stars, tell us about it.
Yeah, so we just had an event up in southeast Queensland, and it's called All Stars. So it's a drag and drive. For anyone who doesn't know how a drag and drive works, it's exactly that. You drag, then you drive, then you drag again. So it is driving the race car, towing a trailer, unsupported.
We
all
have
of your
seen
parts.
this. We've seen these guys driving with fucking trailers behind these cars.
So
and
does
we're
your
just
drag car
saluting.
have a ball?
It does, yeah.
man.
So off the
It's
bottom of the
fucking gangster.
off the bottom of the parachute mount, we actually have a 50mm tow ball.
That's awesome.
Brother, and they fucking see them with the little trailers going, have a look at these fucking blokes.
Yeah, so we put everything into that, from spare parts to everything. So we got invited up to this one, and when I entered, Dan, they're the two guys who run it, they kind of, I think they thought that we weren't going to go up there. So he rings me and he goes, hey, just seeing how you're tracking. And I go, it's about this point that I realised that I'm an absolute idiot. And he goes, why is that? And I go, because I'm packing spare pistons, rods, camshaft, lifters, rockers, bearings, oil pump, all of these engine parts, transmission parts, everything into a box to put in a trailer and come and drive around Queensland. And he goes, so you are coming? I'm going, I'll be there in a couple of weeks, don't worry.
Grass.
So yeah, that's exactly what we did. We loaded all of our spare parts in. We've got a bit of a system on how we do this. We're definitely not new to drag and drive events. We've done Drag Challenge every year that it's been around for the last decade. We're the only one who's won Drag Challenge twice in two different cars. So I won that in my VK.
Oh, really?
I won the weekend version in my VK, and I won the main event, so the week version, in my Capri. That was just before we were on here last time.
Yeah.
And that was good. We were just plagued with dramas on that event, and we've perfected it now. So we had the transmission out on that event, and we just had issues chasing a big tyre. When I say a big tyre, I mean a slick on the car. So we tried to run it on a slick to take track prep out of it. Now, up in Queensland, the track prep's next level, so we put it back onto a radial. I went testing beforehand, went 650 at 220 mile an hour. With a radial. So, with a Mickey Thompson radial.
Wow.
Anyway, so we've gone up to Queensland. We had a test night that night. We went 670 at 217 off it early.
They're fucking insane.
And all of this, by the way, jump onto Street Machine YouTube channel and you can see the whole lot. This week, well, while we're talking now, tomorrow we've actually got an episode dropping, and that is going to be event coverage, so you can see what happened at the event. Then next week is actually going to be in-depth with us and what we had to do,
the
and
analysis on everything,
and following us around on what it took to get the first ever 6-second average.
Fucking huge.
And the way we say 6-second average is everyone in Australia that does these events, all the big guys have been chasing that 6-second average for forever. There's only ever been one 6-second pass in a drag and drive, and then this time all the stars aligned. We went 673 the first day, 450 over the 8th the next day, which equates to a 699.
Right.
Then we went 664. Then we went 656.
Fuck. It's so consistent, really, when you think about it, especially with what it is. I mean, like, as I was saying, I was watching that episode. There was something on one of the Samson Neville's extra channels, and they were talking about the drag rates, but it was the funny car style long ones. But as soon as it runs, they are pulling this engine apart.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, the absolute energy and just the explosion of what that is. I mean, how long does that engine last?
Well, on all of that Top Fuel stuff, again, jump onto Street Machines YouTube, because I actually did an episode of that where I went and crewed with Phil Lamatina and the boys
in
their Top Fueler.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we're talking about here. So basically what we do with them is we rebuild all of the top end. You'll start them up, run them, get them warm, make sure everything's all right.
Yeah.
Drain the oil.
It was fucking insane. I couldn't believe it.
Put normal oil in, go out. It does a burnout, does a pass, which is 3.8 seconds. Comes back, the whole thing is torn down again. So it's about an hour turnaround.
I couldn't believe it. I was actually quite taken back. And I straight away fucking thought of Adam. I'm going, fuck, do you have to build the engine every time you run the fucking thing?
So with us, we're pretty good. So when they're aluminium rotted, so we go to alley rods when we're running excessive amounts of boost, and we're trying to, I guess, hold them together under that and make a bit more power. My thing at the moment's just got a steel rod in it. We're not making a whole lot of power out of that car. When I say we're not making a whole lot,
I was going to say, hang on, could you just clarify for the audience what he means by that?
Look, that car makes about 4,000 at the floor.
Yeah, no, just stop.
So
just stop there
not
and
a
listen.
lot.
Now listen to what he just said. Not 400, 4,000. 4,000. Okay, do you understand that? That fucking changes not a planet, a fucking universe. That's fucking ridiculous.
So that is, that makes about 4,000 at the fly when it's on kill. I say on kill's almost 50 pound a boost.
Fuck.
That at Summer Nats this year, that made 3,680 rear wheel horsepower in front of a crowd of thousands and whatnot.
Mad.
Then we went to GTR Festival, we won that, and then we put it on the dyno there and shut the dyno down at 3,500 horsepower and shut their dyno down. And that's still the same engine that we just went and won All-Stars with. But as I say, we managed to get that 6-second average, which to me, that was, in my career, I've got nothing else that I feel like I need to prove. So I had to prove that to myself.
That's a first in Australia.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, man. That's what I mean. Like, it's just put that into perspective. What drag racing's been around since the 50s or 60s, and you've had some pretty heavy blokes and all this drag. To do that, it's actually, you got to stop and, mate, fucking, that's pretty serious shit.
Yeah, well, this is still fresh because this was only on the weekend. Like, it's now Thursday.
Yeah.
So this is all pretty fresh. I don't think it's sunk in yet. But look, where it was really good for me is you go, yes, first in Australia. First pass, we went the quickest and the fastest. Now, we say in drag racing, we say the quickest and the fastest because we've got an ET, which is the elapsed time that it takes to do the pass, so 6.56 seconds. And then the fastest, which is the mile per hour. Yeah. So how fast we are going. So that comes down to 219 mile an hour is what we did on All Stars. Now, before that, I had the fastest ever pass, and I was like 206 mile an hour on a drag and drive, but I never had the quickest. I had been like 7.1. A guy by the name of Mark Whitler had been 6.97, I think it was. Wow. He was the only ever guy to run a 6.
Wow. What was he, may I ask, what do you remember what he was driving?
He was driving a Capri as well.
Oh, wow. Really?
And it's funny enough, my Capri's called Strip Show.
Yeah.
And to take the piss out of me, he named his Shit Show. Everybody thought that Mark and I had this rivalry or whatever. Mark and I are probably the most competitive guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
On that occasion, he damaged a couple of parts and I had them and I gave them to him and that got him through and he won with that. Cool. Now, in true style, on the one that I've just been to, I had a couple of rockers break. That same guy stripped his own engine, drove 4 hours to bring me some rockers.
Yeah, that's fucking
and
cool.
Assisted me in the win, which means,
what a champion.
So,
that's cool.
And then I managed to give Mark shit that his rockers have been faster in my car than they ever had in his. So we'll see how this ends up, but I reckon he's going to come out swinging after that. But it's a prime example in life that you get to a point where you think, oh, I'm sick of helping people out because no one ever helps me back.
Yeah.
And the one guy that you never think's going to help you back, just ends up surprising you and restoring faith in humanity.
That's awesome.
That's grouse.
But yeah, that was a cool
big.
story.
That's
Then we got
big.
home and my 8-year-old son said, Dad, really happy you won. Can you pick me up from school in the car?
Yeah.
So last night I picked
was
him up from
awesome.
school, took him to footy.
Yeah. Saw the
And to me,
photo,
that's what
mad.
it's all about, is sharing it with the family and stuff like that. But yeah.
That was it was epic. I saw the photos. I thought that's fucking cool.
So that is the first time in a drag and drive we've ever been in line with the Americans. So the Americans are the ones who kind of invented drag and drive. They're the ones who go pretty hard. There's a lot of different events over there now. And we would have won our class at Sick Week with the average that we got. So we went as 6.76 average. So
Wow. That's big.
So it was pretty cool.
Mate. So we were speaking earlier, so it's will you have the opportunity to take the Capri or something else maybe in the future over to America? Because, I mean, obviously your phone would have gone fucking off its head, especially with a lot of time you're spending in America and all the stuff you've been doing, seeing all that. Every company would have been off their head going, what the fuck? Well, you got to get over here. I mean, you're already doing a lot of what we were talking about before, like
remote shooting and everything.
Satellite shooting sort of thing,
Yeah, look, I've got a lot of mates over in the States now.
Yeah. You've been doing a lot of times over there, man.
Yeah,
a lot of times
I'm over there quite a bit now, and several visits over there obviously make that. But yes, my phone went off its head.
Yeah.
And yes, we are building another car, which we're hoping to disrupt the record that we just set, and then we'll send that over there as well. So we want to...
You're going to keep it quiet what you're building?
Oh, no one will quite know what we're building until it comes out, but we are building something that will be faster, quicker, lighter.
Did you hear that?
So basically what I've done is an engineered registered street car. Now, what everyone else does is they buy a car, then they modify it when it's already registered.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with, by the way. I'm not here to have a go at anyone, but with how many eyes were on me, I had to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And I copped shit. I copped so much shit that it's not a street car, that I've done something wrong, or it's not registered or whatever. So now I'm just going to play the game. I'm just going to run the gauntlet like everyone else. I'm not getting this thing engineered. I've just got a registered street car that is sitting in my shop at the moment, that is on a chassis jig, that is getting cut to pieces, and now my version of a street car is getting built without regulations. So once it gets put off the road, so what?
Yeah.
But while it's on the road, watch out. So we're coming.
And that will be a drive and drag as well.
I'm building it for a drag and drive. I'll be building a matching trailer to suit that car, and we are going to go take on Drag Challenge here it'll take me a year or two to finish this car.
Yeah.
We'll go and take on Drag Challenge in that and try and reset the records there.
Wow.
And we would like to run a 5-second pass out of that car.
Oh,
so
that's just...
And then we want to send that one over to America and have some fun with the boys over there. Last time I was over there, Brett LaSala in his Mustang, I was lucky enough to be crewing with him and Jimmy Braun and stuff at TX2K when he went 580s over at TX2K. So it was...
Because a funny car or one of those long... Top fuel
top
drags,
fuelers, yep.
They're about 3 seconds.
Over 1,000 foot, there is like 340s, 360s.
So if you sort of put that into perspective,
Nearly 2 seconds.
I was going to say 2 and 3 would change faster.
But that's 13,000 horsepower.
But that's what I mean. Like it's when you put all that into perspective, and Adam jumps in and took his son to football training.
So that's where
what I mean. It's like when you put that in perspective and you understand what he's actually saying, it is fucking insanity. It really is.
So that's where I was giving Phil Lamartina a bit of shit. Phil said to me, look, I hear your street car makes 4,000 horsepower. It's pretty cute, yeah? And I said to him, hey, do you want to take me down in this thing to get a coffee? And he just looked at me and I'm like, I can get a coffee in mine. That's fine. Now in saying that, Phil is, for anyone who hasn't seen Phil and the boys out there from Lamartina Top Fuel, he's one of the biggest gentlemen I've ever met. His team, I've been lucky enough, especially I host Street Machine now.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all the Street Machines YouTube stuff. And part of that, I get to host a lot of different people, a lot of different teams. I get to insert myself into different teams and crew with them.
Yeah.
Phil and his team, amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone on that team, absolute gentlemen, all there for the greater good of Phil.
Yeah.
They all understand that he's the guy that drives the team, he's the guy that steers it, and all they want to do is see him succeed.
That's awesome.
And it is just an amazing atmosphere to be around.
Grouse.
It is one of the better teams I've ever been part of.
Yeah, that's great.
And he's a gentleman too. He's a real nice guy. So as I say, it's nice to sling some shit here and there. But we're gonna when we see him, when our calendars align, we're actually gonna put him in my Capri. So and he can go do a pass in a streetcar and let us know what it feels like. But
yeah, that's cool. And I think that's the big thing, because technically she's on club plates.
No, it's full rego, that car.
She's on full rego.
Yeah, full rego.
Oh, fuck it, even better.
Yeah, no, that car's fully registered.
She was on club rego.
No, that's my
VK's
on club reg.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I've also got a 2,500 horsepower Brocky, the blue Meanie. So that's on club reg. So that car's been 750 at 192.
Yeah.
So
what happens when you get pulled over in the Capri?
Well, it's engineered. We got pulled over in Queensland. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's got full straight exhaust. It's got street tires.
So that's the other thing. Well, shall I phrase? He doesn't just. If the car's not in the trim that he does when he does his braking passes, you sort of tone it down in a sense.
Yeah, 100%. So because we're trying to be smart with that car, so we can drive it to the track and do very minimal and go fast, and then drive it illegally on the road, like everybody else does. Or we go and put an exhaust onto it, and we've got J pipes, so it comes off the bottom of the header and to the turbo, and they come off. So wastegates stay attached to them, and then we run an exhaust.
Yep.
It's now naturally aspirated on the street, which is how it's engineered.
Yep.
And we change the wheels on it.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. So you bypass the turbos with the other exhaust?
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking smart, isn't it? Fucking smart.
That's crazy.
Yeah, smart.
And then that also allows us to get, it's got a 50-litre tank in it, and we get about 380, 400 Ks to a tank.
What are you running petrol-wise, 98 or 85?
Just 98 on the street.
What?
On the street, so you change them. So
methanol at the track.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you don't have to, and again, this is just for, a lot of people listening that don't understand the fact of what we're talking about, a car that's just broken every fucking record, and you drive it on the road, but it's not in that trim, so you sort of, not word dumb it down, but you just calm it down in a sense. Is that so it can be driven easily?
Well, you can't drive it on methanol. It'll just, so with methanol, you'll use twice as much as you will pump fuel.
Sure.
Now, we're obviously talking about how much fuel we're using on the street, being 380 to 400 Ks to a tank of fuel.
Yeah.
We use 18 litres to a 400-metre pass with methanol.
Oh my God.
So by the time we go drive to the pits or drive from the pits to the staging lanes, do a burnout, do a pass, and get back to our pit, it's about 18 litres.
That's mad.
Fuck.
So
Of ethanol.
Of methanol.
Yeah,
straight methanol.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And cruising it on, say, 98 to go to the event, it's rock and roll. It's no stress.
No stress at all. The only stress we had is we were breaking rockers. Now, I've got an inch lift camshaft in that thing, so it pushes the back off rockers. So that's the only problem we had on the recent Dragon Drive that we just did at All Stars.
Yep.
We didn't even remove a wheel off the car for the week.
That's
We drove on the radials. We raced on the radials.
Wow.
There was only 2 of us that turned that car around. So everybody goes, oh, you need a team to run that. No, it was myself and Austin Button that did that, who is one of my guys at the shop, and just 2 of us turned it around. So
wow. We were talking about this before. It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Yeah.
Efficiency is fucking key.
Yeah, and we just, everybody goes, oh, it takes a while to do. But no, it wasn't the change around that takes us time. It is, we're both as autistic as each other. And we run through, we compression test everything. We test every valve spring. We run through and we check that whole engine out before we put it back together. We remove every push rod, check everything after passes. So we know that it's going to do the street Ks okay. We know that it's going to go out to the next track and do that. So it's preventative maintenance that we're doing to make sure we're not burning our shit up.
But again, it comes down to who you are, your company, your team of guys, the experience. Hence, that's why MPW. Well, the boys store a lot of cars. We have a lot of, because we have storage. Because there's that many fucking cars they're working on at different areas of insanity. But it's again, I think it just comes down to what we were saying before, the efficiency of your team, and everyone knows their place. You lead from the top, and every cunt knows just know what to do, and they just get on with it.
Yeah, 100%. And look, we've ran the dyno at Summonats now for over 10 years.
Yeah, for a fucking while, isn't it?
Yeah, and
that's your space. It's fucking
and I think that's how you guys heard about us.
Yeah.
And Shawnee's jumped on, and YTG are one of the big sponsors of our race team now. And
we're asked to be a part of these guys. We're actually, the boys are going to fettle with the R8 GT4 race car. Oh, yeah. And you've seen the branding on it, and MPW's proudly on there.
Absolutely.
And we're just waiting for the boys because they're busy schedule, but they're going to
in the next couple of
play
weeks
with it.
That will have some nice modifications done to
it. So we're looking forward to that. But again, it's just, as I said, we've been together now. Well, I've been here now 6 years into our 7th, and we've known the boys. And we've got a great relationship, and we've had their cars on display here. We were talking about this before. And you got blokes that have invested $500,000 in these fucking crazy cars, and then you got a Lambo parked next to it for $500,000. And we're saying how some people can justify the $500,000 in a Lambo, but couldn't justify the $500,000 in, say, the quarter mile car. But then you had the opposites, and that's what we loved about it. Everyone's opinion's right in the sense of appreciation of car diversity.
Yeah.
And this, I've seen the stuff that these boys have done, and you got VKs, then you got ESP with the tributes and all real or GTs, and then you've got
that one that you had down here, that was a legit ESP that we cut up.
That was fucking insane. It was that's why it was a 6-cylinder car. Remember that? That was on the magazines.
Yeah, that was on the cover of Street Machine.
Yeah.
That was Dragos's car.
Yeah, that's a fucking animal.
So that car will run 6s. That'll go 6-second quarter miles, that car. Again, engineered, street registered.
Fuck yeah, that's a
pretty
fuck.
Cool
I had that parked. I was blessed to have a couple of these fuck off cars. I had Adam's Capri, where the Kunto, when you come in here, where the Kunto is. So we walk in and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then we had the ESP, and, you know, everyone from the 80s can relate to the ESP. It's just one of those things that then when they saw what you guys had done to it and how crazy, and Street Machine magazine and that sort of stuff. And
it helps when you've got 2 turbos bigger than the headlights. Everyone kind of gets pretty interested.
Fuck, it was insane.
Like, it's funny, all these supercar guys all think, yeah, I've got big turbos, or I'm running boost, I got twin turbo. And then they look at our stuff and they go, shit, like, that's a turbo.
Yeah. Gelatos and like a lot of guys with the performance, they're always doing these R8s with the twin turbos and that, and they're 1200 horsepower. Sadly, half the country who own it can't drive, and the fucking thing just fucking Mustangs into the corners and everything stuff. But it's like, how do you see that when they go and add the turbos and they do all that stuff? But a lot of them don't upgrade a lot of the other stuff. I mean, it's pretty...
Very, very niche market for that. You got Precision here doing it, and they're doing a really good job.
Yep.
You go over to the States, like TX2K is one that I've just got back from Texas for.
Yep.
And that is a street car race. And the amount of supercars, Hurricanes, twin turbo Lambos, everything over there.
It's quite big, isn't it?
Wild, like 7-second quarter mile passes.
Yeah, brother.
And they are huge. And they drive them to the track. They drive them back. Yeah. You see chicks roll up in them with fake eyelashes and plumped up lips and go out racing them. And you're
amazing.
It's a different world, hey?
Yeah, crazy.
It is just a different world.
Can you imagine driving one of those on the street? Because it's a full stock interior and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's...
Yeah.
But just what I mean. It's like, it's quite amazing that they're doing, but that's a lot of the roll racing.
Roll racing stuff.
Yeah.
Could you roll race your car or no? Just not built for it?
You can, but it doesn't comply with any of the rules for roll racing.
Okay.
Our skill level's probably a bit high for roll racing as well. No offense to all the roll racers, but we call it drag racing without skill level. So the hardest part about drag racing is the launch, right?
Yes.
And for every 10th slower you are in the 60 foot, it's 2/10 up top.
Wow.
So we go, if you can't set a car up, you can't tune a car or power manage, go roll racing.
They say it's induced also because it's less, I guess.
It's less wear and tear. It's less abrupt on the car and everything. Now, I might take the piss. Roll racing is quite fun, but we've all got to give each other shit somewhere.
Yeah, of course. 100%.
But yeah, so a lot of the GTRs and stuff like that, like Sydney, huge for roll racing. Adelaide now, huge for roll racing.
Oh, really?
All the brothers in Sydney. The brothers.
At the bend,
yeah. Hello, yeah. Get rid of the money somehow.
That's right, that's right. Yeah.
Hello, boys.
So we drag races, roll races, always give each other shit. But
but it is a different philosophy. Totally different.
Way different, yeah.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah, totally. Yep. So yours is just basically that category that you're in now, which is not the top fuel. It's its own category. That is bigger, definitely bigger than the top fuel.
Well, there's only... Don't hold me to this. I think the number's like 10 cars in the country that run top fuel.
I was going to say,
it's a very small field within Australia that runs top fuel. Over in America, huge. Like one team might have 4 to 6 cars.
Yeah.
But we don't have the facilities that they have. So we've got, I think it's 10 cars that are ran between all the teams.
Wow.
When we were on crewing with Phil Lamartina, he had his second car out, and it's very rare that they run the 2 cars.
Really? Wow.
So they had both of them there for that because it was at Mildura, and that's where Phil lives. So he wanted to sing for that track. But yeah, it's just what we do. Huge amount of cars. We do street cars.
Yeah.
Pro mod's getting very big here now. But the street car scene, huge. And I mean, we were talking about this before. Yeah. All motorsport since COVID, I would say, is just out of control.
Yeah.
Whether it's circuit racing, kids into go-karting. Yeah. I've never known so many kids in go-karting now.
Yeah. Yep.
And
crazy.
you go Formula 3.
All that stuff. It's just there's so many new categories and there's a demand and the growth. It's fucking awesome, but you forget there's so much now. It's unbelievable. I know some won't be sustainable and they'll drop off, but then the ones will just keep going. But
also the amount of events that are coming in.
Yeah.
Not only that, all of the sim stuff that's coming in now.
Yeah.
And the sim racing, sim competitions,
Mate.
that's pretty competitive. And you don't need money to get into it.
Mate.
No, you just need time. The problem with the Sims is it's an unlimited time wins.
Yeah.
Not a skill wins.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because you can't compete. Like someone like you or I. So anyone who works can't compete in a sim competition because it's got nothing to do with skill.
Yeah.
Everything to do with if you can spend 12 hours a day on the thing, you win.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, interesting.
So tell us about Street Machine. How did that come about and what does that entail?
Street Machine have been following or asking me to do some content with them for quite a while.
Yep.
Now, we started off by tuning the cars for them. We started by doing a bit of fabrication here and there and whatnot. Then Andy Lopez bought it, or Out There Productions, who, for anyone who doesn't know who Out There is, he owns Summer Nats, Motor X, Red Centre Nats, Rocky Nats, Top Fuel Australia. All of that is under the Out There banner. Andy is the guy that you would think is the bogan sitting in the corner. Look, we were in America at Summer Nats, and he's the guy on a golf cart chauffeuring everyone from the front gate in.
Oh, wow.
Like, he is just a gentleman. He is a funny dude, super smart businessman. So he was on at me for a while about doing a segment with them, and that turned into they were losing their factory. When I say they were losing their factory, it was a leased factory. It had been sold, and the new owner wanted to move in.
Yep.
Now they did the math on what it was costing them, what another factory was going to cost them, and they made me a proposition and said, "Hey, look, what do you reckon we move the factory into yours? You host it all. And we'll do this, this, and this." And I declined. And then they said, "What will it take?" And I said, "Well, I want to structure it this way." Now, they agreed with everything, and that's what they had in plan anyway. When I say structure it this way, I want the cover car. So every month we've got a different cover car, right?
Yep.
I want to know that guy. I want to know his story. I want to interview him. I want to look at the car. I want him to tell us his story.
Yeah. And
I can just ask him the questions because we can see it in print, we can read it, but why not have a video to go with that print?
Absolutely.
So different things like that. I want to interview really cool people with really cool sheds that haven't quite made it to being on the cover.
Yeah.
But they're a good reader's car, or they might have 6 awesome cars and a gangster bar out the back, and they're just a really cool guy, and they're at all the events.
Yeah.
I want to interview those guys. I want to see their stuff. Plus, I also wanted to do some builds. When I say some builds, we want to do all the way from budget stuff to following my racing.
Yeah, right.
So when I passed all of this across to Andy and his partners and stuff, they said, that's exactly what we want to do.
Awesome.
So when we took over Street Machine, we started along those lines, and there's been a really good response. So to the point where on the weekend we would have had probably 300 odd people come up. With, as I showed you before, just the amount of emails and messages I get saying how good the content is, how much everyone appreciates it.
With Street Machine, you are, as an independent expert on the magazine per se, or is it coming from an MPW?
No, so I'm employed by Street Machine to host their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
As Adam.
Yeah.
As Adam. Yep. It's not. No one puts words in my mouth. I don't have to sell a product I don't believe in.
Yeah, fucking great.
I don't have to tell. Look, one of my things was when we come over, I said, look, I'm not going to sell a product that I wouldn't sell to my customers.
100%.
I just cannot tell. I've worked years to get my credibility. I'm not going to. And 100%. They 100% agree. So it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, great.
But as I say, that takes me over to America now.
Yeah.
We've just got back from Summer Nats in March. So we took Summer Nats over to the Freedom Factory in Florida.
Do they have something like a Summer Nats? Or I mean, you got SEMA, which
not
is
really.
such a huge
a couple
thing,
of mates of mine over there run Burnout Rivals, but that is just a burnout show. Pretty cool, and it's getting really big there. Garrett Mitchell, or Cletus, as everyone knows, he runs like Cletus and Cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't have a burnout culture like we do.
They're getting it now.
Okay.
It's getting huge over there.
Yeah.
Really?
And then Summer Nats Florida at Garrett's place. That was a really cool event, and now we're taking it to Indy. So we're over in Indianapolis in September. I'm back over there.
Fuck.
Cool.
And then back here for Drag Challenge, back there for PRI, back here for Summer Nats, then January.
Yep.
Then I think it's February. We are over in New Zealand for Summer Nats. We're taking Summer Nats to New Zealand.
Oh,
That'll be
really?
interesting.
Mate, we should fucking go for that. If I don't go January, go Summer Nats fucking New Zealand, because we're about to be doing South or North Island. Auckland.
I would not have a clue.
Fuck, where am I doing?
I've been way too busy to ask those questions.
Yeah. That'd be fucking cool.
I'll hop on a plane and I'll get sent over there, and that's all I know.
But the burnout cars, like you were saying about the burnout, how it's getting bigger over in America. I mean, I remember the loudest car I've ever. Okay, now a lot of clients have been
car
here. Mate,
that you're about to talk about, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Brother.
That car was in America with us.
Now
they flew that.
People
to
have
America.
been here before. Most of it, we're not having, but clients have been here, and we're outside, and we hear this symphony of music. We go, listen, stop, listen, and we hear the, wah, and these boys have got something fucking epic on the dyno, and we can hear it. It's just the most symphony. But the loudest
and then Shawnee
car,
sees some guy run across the road trying to get away from it. And that was Frank from Dandy Engines.
This was okay. This one time. Now we've been here 6 years, and we hear a lot of cars on their dyno, and you can hear them. You can hear them. But one car, which to this day I've not heard anything louder, and we thought it was a fucking explosion, to the point where I remember going past the boys and they had it on there, and I have a video on, and I think I posted it, and you can't hear nothing. It's so fucking loud that the fury from the energy, if you go and see it, you'll see the bucket with water, a bucket with fucking water went flying from the fucking energy of this car. And this car, the boys built, this fucking thing was just an insane, it was an XP.
Yeah, so how that come about was the boys from Castlemaine Rod Shop sending it to Frankie at Dandy Engines to have the engine freshened up. And what was happening is after about a minute of doing a burnout, it would fill the catch can with oil, and then it would puke out. And he's going, oh, I don't know what are we going to do to try and replicate this? And he rang me and he goes, look, you're the only one dumb enough to put it on a dyno for a minute wide open throttle. What do you reckon we do it? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's give it a go.
Brother.
So they bought it down. So check out Castlemaine Rod Shop's burnout car and you'll see.
It's like it's an XP?
Yeah.
And it's like one of those rat roddy, like rusty looking things, but it's not. It's the patina.
It's kind of wrapped to look like a plane.
It's just fucking grouse with the biggest fucking out the bonnet. And
it's got a big PSI blower on it. We were into it.
I've never heard anything that loud.
We were into it for a minute. So wide open throttle, steady stated on the mainline dyno for a minute, and I shut it off after a minute. And Frankie comes running back in, and he had ran across the road, and he's like, "You're an idiot,
brother.
How do you do that,
Nico? You and I are like this close,
yelling
at each other,
and you can't hear,
brother."
Yeah.
Yelling. We can't hear us. That thing was, brother, I've never seen anything with that much. I couldn't believe the fuck. I'll still this day, I'll never forget it. I've never heard anything with so much fury, and it was so fucking loud. And then I went and checked this thing, and it's just built to fucking just shred tires.
Anyone who's seen that car, they know how loud it is too. So when you're in a dyno cell at 7,000 RPM for a minute at a time.
I can't believe this guy's got headphones on. It means nothing.
Yeah.
It meant nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty rowdy that night. And we all still talk about it too, even in my career. I've been lucky enough. I've ran up Pro Slammers, so like top fuel car, not top fuel. So Pro Slammers are like a pro mod.
That's the one, the big thing over the top.
No, that's a funny car. So if you look at the AC Delco Pro Slammer, I actually had that on the dyno at Summernats one year. We did a blower versus turbo thing, and that thing was probably the most rowdy thing I've had on the dyno in the way of noise. So I had earplugs inside my headphones, and then the earplugs fell out of my headphones.
I remember you told me that. And the thing up the top broke or something was just...
I'm still sitting there. Shit, this is loud just from... I still had headphones on. I'm like, that was rowdy. And you had a look, and in all the videos, you just see the lights swinging. You see the roof picking up on the place.
From the energy.
It was the energy in the building was next level. So yeah, this year at Summernats we're taking something different. We've got a new dyno supplier on for that who is supplying us with a 6,000 horsepower dyno and a 3,000.
Mad.
As last year we played a game of free for free. Where we did 3,000 horsepower cars, one after the other. Never been done before, to my knowledge, in a dyno comp in existence. So we teed up. And
were they a combination of like turbo and normally, or no?
They were all turbo cars. All big block turbo cars.
Are they? Okay.
But we had, I think it was 11 cars over 2,000 horsepower, ranging from 6 cylinders, Barras, to turbo LSs, to big blocks.
You're the expert here, and being an old dandy boy, if we can fucking the 6-cylinder straight inline 6 and fucking put a turbo on and that crazy shit, and you know we had 265 Hemis and all that shit, but now is the LS the engine to go to?
Well, it depends. Every engine's easy to make 1,000 out of.
Yeah,
like whether it's a 2J.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Barra, whether it is an LS, they're all really easy.
From your shop, what's the most, I guess, okay, Adam, I want to build something that's fuck off and go fast. What would you normally recommend? Would you normally recommend an LS?
What's the budget?
And that's
what it comes down to. What's the budget and how fast do you want to go?
Yeah.
Look, I've just sent a Fox body out that's around 780 on a relatively stock Barra.
Oh, is it the one we had in Dory?
The white one.
Yeah, that was fuck. I actually like the Fox bodies. There's something about them. I think you're such an orphan.
They do look
something about Fox bodies.
That
I
car
like
just went
them.
780 at 178 mile an hour. And that's just literally a piston and rod Barra. You know?
So that's a Barra in that car?
Yeah, with a Fuel Tech FT600 controlling it. Like
that's wild.
Yeah, it's got a big turbo, big 88 on it. Yep.
That's wild.
And a sniff of gas. And that was funny because that guy goes, Jace is a really good mate of mine. He actually owns Tough Mounts over in South Australia. And he goes, I said, why did you get out of it? And he goes, it felt really funny. I said, what do you mean? He goes, it felt like it lost power. I said, yeah, the nitrous turned off. And he goes, can you make it turn off differently so I don't feel it? I'm like, yep. And Austin, my guy, knows how I work. And he goes, you can't do that. I'm like, shut up, Austin.
Yeah.
And he goes, he runs 780 and he comes back. He goes, I didn't feel the nitrous turn off. I go, that's because it didn't turn off. And that's only got a really small spot in it. But we just ran it out the back door with the gas on it at that point. And so
you weren't running NOS on your Capri?
No, I don't need to. No. The only reason we would run nitrous on something like that is to bring it on to boost.
It just gets it up quicker.
Yeah,
I was going to ask, how does that work? In a drag scenario, do you build all of the boost before the launch, but then you'd wheel spin? How does it work?
You can't. So we do boost over race time. We do a 2-step and a 3-step. Now, to dumb it down as much as I can, a 3-step is, so you'll see us get into one bulb. We'll light up one bulb up the top, right? Mm-hmm. And then you'll hear an engine rev through to, say, 5,500, and then it goes and it pulls it back down. So 3-step is the higher number. So a big engine, big turbos, or small engine, big turbos, we want to rev it through because it'll make boost at 5,200 RPM.
On the go.
Right? But it's not going to leave the line at that. Yeah. It will just blow tyres.
Yeah.
So then we pull it down to our 2-step, which might be 4,200 RPM, and we might have 6 pound of boost in it. And then we use timing. We retard timing to actually keep that boost in at the lower RPM. But now the turbos are active.
Sure.
They can be reactive. And I say that once you got boost in it, the turbos are fine. If you try to pull boost out and power manage with boost, they take too long to light back up again. So we use ignition timing or ignition angle to actually do all of our power management after that.
Right.
But then we've got ignition angle over race time. We call it a bucket, but we do a timing retard on launch.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hit the tyre. And then we've also got boost over race time. So what we do is we'll have a race time graph in it, and as you let go of the trans brake button, that race timer starts, and it'll go 00 to 0.001, which is the split second it comes off, and then it will follow a trace, and those numbers in that trace are our boost curve. And then so as it goes down the track, you'll see it. So on something like a drag and drive, I'll creep them out of the hole, and 2 seconds in, we'll wind boost into it. And that's our boost ramp, so that's how we get them to hook up to the track. Then we correlate that with suspension. So with suspension, you notice things doing wheel stands all the time. So what we do is we change our instant center in the car, which is too much to explain now. But what that does is as soon as that instant center is stable, you have a pivot point. So that's when you start coming up. So what we try to do is separate the rear suspension whilst we're applying power, and then it means that it can't actually pivot up.
How do you do that?
We do that with suspension settings. So when we say instant center, it is where your bars join, basically.
Yeah.
So we plot that out onto a computer. Anything over 100% anti-squat will separate. Anything under 100% will dig. With a radial car, we want it to separate. So as it's moving, what'll happen is it will keep the front down because there's no fixed pivot point to rotate off. And once all the power's in the car, whether it's 3,000, 4,000, 1,000 horsepower, it doesn't matter because now you can be at a fixed pivot point because you're not applying any more power. So it's now just going down the track. So we need to use suspension and a boost curve to actually keep the front wheels in and to hook it up. Yeah.
How much of an aerospace computer nerd do you have to be?
There's a lot of fucking... So was there sensors on there, brother? Or
there is. We've got sensors on everything. So we run shock travel, gear position. We run line pressure, converter pressure. We use dumps. So we actually dump the pressure off that's going to our torque converter, so we can slip the torque converter through places and stuff like that, and we use those sensors to come back and... It's
really a bit of a science, isn't it?
It is. So for me, with our race trailers and stuff, we actually keep iPads for each car, and then what we do is we've got an Excel spreadsheet that we've made, and every pass, we record the data, and then we record the tune number on it. We go back to the laptops, and then on our NAS back at the factory, we save all the tunes that we've ever done, and you can go back through and you can go, okay, I want to go 672 at 213 with a 126 in the 60. I need to do that. I need to go 447 to half at 171. That's a tune up there, done. And we save it by the numbers, and then you can look at that tune up number, and then you can go back
and that's
to the
every track and all of those different things and different compound.
Then we can go back and we can go, okay, we were set up at 220% anti-squat with 6 clicks out on compression, 4 out on rebound, and we can just reset the car up again to do the same thing.
This all sounds incredibly finely tuned.
It's easy. You just go in a straight line.
Now, being a circuit racer, I have learnt the hard way how much surfaces change.
Oh, yeah.
Even just across between an hour, the grip on a piece of tarmac can change so radically. When you are that pinpoint accurate on all of those things, how do you plan ahead for something like the track has 10% less grip than you thought?
Because we check temperature, we check everything. So we even record the track temp in our iPads. But not only that, most modern ECUs now have a really cool thing of torque management. And so we can either do torque management over engine RPM, or we can do torque management over drive shaft RPM. Now, that is where we draw a plot, right? We call it a plot. And that is a bunch of numbers which go over race time, which could be drive shaft RPM or engine RPM. And we have to directly follow that. We give it, say, 100 to 150 RPM variance. And then as soon as it goes over that, it starts retarding ignition angle, like we were talking about before. And it will pull ignition angle out enough to actually take the power out of the car to sit on that plot because it knows that you're trying to turn tyres and go over the plot.
Yeah.
So that helps us to a certain degree, but you have to have the numbers in there first.
Yeah, because you're not, at that point, the car is not reactive to the situation.
Correct.
It's just following a preset plan.
Yeah.
So if anything else goes wrong, any
the driver
life things that go wrong, it's like, what happens if you're halfway through a run and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, your baseline doesn't match your plot anymore? Do you just feel like something's wrong after
our plots are normally over at 3 seconds because we don't keep them going for any longer than that.
Okay.
So we keep them on while they're applying power, once power is applied. So you look at a lot of my passes, and at 1,000 foot, man, I'm a full turn down on the wheel, and we're getting pretty rowdy at 200 miles.
I was going to ask you. So you're out the gate, the lights go bang, you're on it. How quickly are you off the gas? Or once you pass the lights, then you're off the gas, hit the fucking...
Yeah, so once you pass the lights, you deploy chutes under power still. And
under power.
And then you're off it.
Because that's one of the things someone was asking me. I go, fuck, I must ask. So lights green, bang, you're on it.
It's just second nature at the end. You get used to how fast you're going. Yeah. So if I flick chutes just after 1,000 foot, I know that they blossom basically at at 13:20, so right at the finish line, which means that with a shorter runoff, I can get away with it. At like Heathcote, you have a bit longer runoff, but yeah, I've ended up in the sand
at the
couple
end
of times. That's never fun. Up at the bend, I've ended up in there.
just didn't pull up.
I got tyre shake on a big tyre on a slick, and
what's tyre shake?
Tyre shake is bad. It is where the tyre tries to drive over itself. It wrinkles up so much
when you
that it
see
drives
that.
over itself.
Yeah.
And that shit's bad enough to knock your teeth out. Like it is horrible.
Really?
But it cracks welds on chassis. So in my case, it cracked both of my CO2 chutes and cracked the lines off the back of them just from tyre shake. So I've gone to pull the chutes and I've gone,
oh, fuck.
Oh, they didn't come out. And I've just gone straight into, what do I do? Okay, the brakes aren't pulling me up. And like we were doing 210 mile an hour or something, and the brakes aren't pulling us up. And I just seen the kiddie litter getting closer. I just shut the car off. And as soon as I hit it, I just let go of the steering wheel. Yeah. I hopped out of the car.
Thankfully, it stopped you.
And as I hopped out of the car, I started taking a photo. And the guys come up and they go, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And I go, "Can't see anything else to do in this situation."
Yeah.
So they're just laughing at me. They drag me out. They go, "We'll tow you back to the pits." I'm like, "No, I'll just drive it." And so started up and drove it back. And it rattled both my wheel bearings loose.
Wow.
So what it did was it actually pushed the brake pads out and it snapped the nylon lines out the back of my chutes. So that's how bad tyre shake can be. I've seen it snap wheelie bars in half.
Why is that? Is that just a setup or bad traction grab? Or?
Normally, it's because there's too much grip on the track.
Yeah.
So when you got radial prep and you're trying to run a slick or something like that, or sometimes it happens when you don't throw enough power at it. So with a slick, it's a controlled burnout the whole track. Sure. You want wheel speed. So that's what everyone thinks, that wheelie bars stop you from doing a wheelie or a wheel stand. They don't at all, period. That's not what they're for.
See, that's what I always thought, the wheelie bars to stop the fucking guy.
So what they're for is you want to drag them for like 8 inches. Literally, they hit the ground, they unload the tyre, they let you get tyre speed or wheel speed, and then you drive. So you'll see once you get wheel speed and you're doing this down the track. That's what a wheelie bar's for in a big tyre scenario. That's why we don't run them on radials, because we need to dead hook a radial. We don't get wheel speed. So that's why you'll never see them on a radial car. You'll only ever see them on a big tyre car.
Fuck, okay.
But
fuck, is that okay?
So I've seen them break. I've seen them break wheelie bars off. I've seen them break boot lids off. I've lost a boot lid on the Capri through tyre shake.
How violent is this?
It's bad, man. It's real bad. Like to the point where the boys, I've got comms units in the car, and the boys are yelling at me to get out of it, and I'm like, I think I'm nearly there. And I've driven out a tyre shake before. It makes your vision so blurry that you can see your 60 foot up on the screen at Heathcote. Like on the time boards up the end. So I've driven out and I'm like, I think that's a 115. I've got to stay in it. And I've come out of it and I'm like, how did I even see that? Like it was so blurry. And then we've come out and picked up the front wheels after that and carried them through. And I go, shit, like tyre shake's bad. Man. You do not get it with a radial car.
Really?
So radial is much easier on the car, and that's where we were having the issues with transmissions at Drag Challenge, because we were knocking sprags out of them due to tyre shake.
Right.
So what happens, for anyone who doesn't understand what a sprag is, it's a one-way clutch, and it's got, we call them peanuts. And what they do is they allow it to lock that way, but freewheel that way. So once you lock, right, and then you get tyre shake, it unloads that sprag, and then we've got 2,500 horsepower in it, and it just spins it all the way around. So we were pulling the pan off, and it had peanuts in it everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're $1,500 a pop. Plus all the other parts you damage while you were in there. So we went through probably 50 grand's worth of transers on Drag Challenge. And so, yeah, that's why we went back to a radial for All-Stars, and it proved to be a really good thing. As I said, drove it on the street with them, did everything else, didn't remove the wheel. So that was really cool.
Fuck.
Madness.
But there's some... Obviously, being in touch with Street Machine, and Street Machine runs Drag Challenge. There's a few big things changing and a few new rules getting implemented this year, which they're going to make public. But that's a sell-out event again. But so what they're going to do is they're implementing a way to run cars through faster, safer, and a few new rules in that as well, which I'll let them
Canberra still,
release. Nah, so Drag Challenge will be
Drag Challenge.
Heathcote. And then it goes Mildura, Portland, The Bend, or Mildura, The Bend,
So
Portland,
that's a bit of
back.
a circuit in a sense.
So Drag Challenge is a big one. It's about 1,600 Ks all up that you got to drive in between tracks, 5 days. So it's brutal. It is absolutely brutal.
But it goes, I suppose when you think about it, the car that you just gone and smashed every fucking record, you're driving it around.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that the testament to the, I guess, the engineering, the fact that she can go out there, explode and do 6 seconds or something or other, 7 with change, and then, we do a few little tweaks, minor, and drive it to the tracks.
Yep.
I mean, that's a testament to the engineering and obviously the quality and what you guys do, and the fact that there can be, go from an atomic bomb to nothing, in a sense of the fact that you're driving with the fucking trailer too. I'll never forget
the trailer.
And look,
that's fucking baller.
We're surrounded by some really good people in the industry too, and I guess you make your own circles. But we've got some great engine builders. Like the guy who builds my engine is Frank from Dandy Engines.
Yep.
I also use Johnny Pillar from Powerhouse with other combos that we do.
Yep.
We've got a Fuel Tech ECU in one of my cars and a Hell Tech in the other one. Both really great products. But you go, all of that stuff has just come leaps and bounds compared to what we used to have as well. And being able to just literally push a button on your dash and change tune-ups is so good, because you go, pump fuel, hit a button, and you're back over to a whole different map. You never used to be able to do that stuff. Like factory ECU days, you didn't get to do that. So,
and are you finding though, is it more V8s or 6s or it's a combination?
Oh, both.
You don't do rotaries and shit like that, do you?
No, look, I steer clear of rotaries. I like things with pistons. I do like the smell of castor oil, but that's about it. But I find rotary guys are just rotary guys. Like they're a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But on the Dragon Drive that we were just on, mate, there was 4 cylinders going bottom 7s. Dan Smith in his Celica was going bottom 7s.
What?
In that. Yeah, you've got a small block Chev of Brandon Zito. Brandon and his dad Dom, absolute gentlemen at every event. He won Drag Challenge last year.
Oh, really?
And he comes second in the event that we were just at, and he went 718 in a little Tirana, 718 at 194 or 198 mile an hour in a small block twin turbo deal. Still on E85.
Wow.
So super impressive combo, super impressive car.
Yeah.
All comes down to technology now. Like you go turbo technology, parts technology, and ECUs. I mean, we couldn't do that 10 years ago. We couldn't do it 5 years ago.
So turbo, you would say that's just the easiest way to get the best performance out of an engine, instead of like
hard to tune on the track. So to be competitive, you'll notice everyone's going over in Pro Mod and stuff like that. Everyone's going over to like your Hartz chargers and your Pro chargers and centrifugal blowers over in the States. That's because they're repetitive and they're easier to tune down the track. Twin turbos are very hard to tune down the track, but if you want a drag and drive thing, hands down turbo.
Really?
Hands down. They make more power, and as long as you can tune them, then you're fine.
And it's again, with the cars, I mean, again, you see the cars that we have here in storage and that, and it might be a make on the outside, but it's got a definitely different brand engine, or like it's a Ford or a Chev.
Yeah.
You're finding that it just seems to be the best platform, the LS?
Bang for buck, yeah. And as I said, if you want to make 1,000 horsepower, mate, we make 1,000 horsepower. Again, jump on a Street Machines YouTube channel and you'll see there was a guy, Dave Carnell. We did a ute for him. Him and his son built it at home. And we did a bit of stuff on it and some wiring and tuned it for him. And that car actually went 1,000 horsepower on a stock LS. All he did was re-gapped it and put a set of bearings into it and a camshaft.
Really?
Obviously had an 88mm turbo on it, but you go, it made 1,000 at the tyres stock crank, stock rods, stock pistons, just with a head stud in it. And you go, beyond that, it's a time bomb. But you then go, 1500 is the next step in an LS where you go iron block, decent pistons, decent rods, 6-bolt cylinder head. So what they do is when you go to a dart block, they add another bolt down the inside of the cylinder head and one down the outside of the cylinder head. And that then goes from being a 4-bolt to 6-bolt. Now we go 6-bolt per cylinder is the clamping force on them.
Okay.
So there's actually 6 head studs per cylinder. And then with them, we make north of 2,000. So 2,500, that's what's in my VK. We'll make 2,500 out of that engine.
Yeah.
And then from there, you start to go to the billet stuff now. So you want to make more than 2,500, you go billet. And that's like a Noonan or an SML. So I was lucky enough, I've dealt with a guy over in the States called Steve Morris for a few years now. And on one of my recent trips, I went over and spent a bit of time with him at his shop. And he designed a full billet LS engine, but made it a dry deck. When we say dry deck, it doesn't pass water from the block to the cylinder head. So you can't push water out of it when you've got too much boost in it. So if anything ever happens, there's nothing to push out. So he designed his own engine from scratch that has like a Ford journal in the... it runs a big block rod. It's just all this. He's taken the best parts of all different engines and put into this SML.
That's wild.
But it's still an LS. So it still takes LS gear, still looks like an LS, still bolts up the same. So that's
smart, aren't they?
So that's the level that people are going to now. You got Noonan doing the same thing with their stuff, but then that's the top end of LS.
Wow.
Now you go, well, I don't know. They're probably good for what, 4,000. You want to make any more than that, you go to big block Hemi.
Oh, really?
Whatever you want to do.
Fuck.
Full on.
Isn't that fucking
Barra.
crazy?
There's a guy here, and I'm going to use Anth as example. Anthony is an absolute gentleman. He's got King FPV, which is an FG Ute. At Summernats, he always comes in, makes over 2,000 horsepower. The car's just gone 7.1 last time we were out. Full weight
bags in the back.
Full weight, street registered FG Falcon Ute. And that's with a billet block. You've got Anthony Matuk and the boys from Croydon and stuff, with their billet RBs are going. Well, they just went into the 5s with a street car with them.
What?
So, yeah.
Jesus.
Fucking hell. That's just crazy.
So you go, where does it stop? Like there's a different thing for every platform. Big Block's got its billet stuff now.
Yeah.
RB's got its billet stuff now. You've got Barra's got its billet stuff now.
Wow.
2J, like everyone has all of their... Yeah. They found the limits and now they keep pushing it.
Mad. Fuck. Full on.
That is crazy, isn't it? There really is, when you look at it, there really is quite a degree of science behind it in terms of getting all these different formulas and so on for those 10/10ths of a second. Yeah. It's quite fucking amazing. The investment's out of control.
It's like you guys, though. Like, you start changing arms, you start changing geometry and everything, and it's tens of thousands of dollars to get a couple of tenths around a track.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just that, and this is the thing, it's just to obviously we're blessed because you own this space, so to hear from it and the different, again, just the extremes of what they go to get to that level. I mean, it's just, like I said, we see it here when you guys are building them and stuff, and you see the different stages, and you're like, fuck, the amount of money invested for one single purpose, and that is just to fucking go fast in a quarter mile. It's quite amazing.
But the thing people don't understand is the time, and that was my one deal with taking on Street Machine. Everybody thinks... And you guys, I know exactly how you're going to react to this because you're the same. Everybody thinks that what we do doesn't take long. Everybody's seen Kindig Customs or they've seen something over in the States and they build a car in 45 minutes. And
that's all bullshit.
And then they don't realise that a lot of the cars that we build take 2 years.
Yeah, man.
Look, a decent paint job, you're not going to get change out of 40 grand these days.
If you're lucky, exactly.
But this is what I mean. Like, look, from a baseline, you go... I've just been over at the Roadster shop. I jumped on the Oil and Whiskey podcast with those boys.
Yeah.
And they're talking about 600 hours to colour sand a paint job after they've done it.
What?
They take 600 hours, 400 to 600 hours to colour sand their show cars. So after it's painted, after the clear's done, after the paint job is finished,
done,
600 hours. It's a whole nother paint job.
Yeah, mate.
Like it's another 40,000 USD to colour sand a car. And this is the difference between what we see and go, I want that. And then you go to your panel shop, I want that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 40 grand.
What?
What do you mean by it's 40 grand? I've seen that they're doing them for 2.5 online.
Yeah.
And you go,
yeah, correct. Yeah.
But what I want to show is this stuff takes time. To wire a car now, if we're doing PDM, ECU, body, everything, it's 3 weeks. Like, and when I say 3 weeks, I mean 3 weeks of headphones in, not talking to anybody, head down, ass up, solid work.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing them in Raycam and everything's concentrically twisted and everything's labelled, everything's perfect length. Everything's going through bulkheads and termination
It's really
harnesses.
bespoke built stuff.
Yep.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Exactly
Who does your
what it
looms?
We do them all in-house.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, man.
Respect. I've seen. I've been to a couple of loom shops when they're mid work and they've got the diagram. I just fuck that.
No, that was something we've always struggled with, and we almost gave up on it. I was the only one who could do the wiring at one point in the shop, and we had this guy Austin come and knock on the door and hit me up for a job, and best thing we ever did.
Yeah,
man, he's best auto elec I've seen.
Yeah, awesome.
And just a real cluey dude.
Yeah.
So I hope he's not watching this. He gets a big head pretty easy, but
again, it just comes down to having the right team in your shop.
Oh man, we've got an awesome team. We've got Dave down there who Dave started off as a mechanic with us, and now he's one of the best fabbies I've seen. Like absolute rock star. You got Joey, Joey is the apprentice that was with us, and so he's just got comfortable and he's a loudmouth now. But attention to detail and finishing off and fittings and lines and they've all just found something they love doing. And I always move people around the shop until they find their thing.
Yeah, man.
And when they find their thing, that's where they stay. That's what they love doing.
It's important.
So,
and they're good boys. Obviously, we see them all the time. We're dropping cars off and that. And and everyone's on for the cause.
Yeah.
That's the key. And it doesn't matter what we do.
Everyone in that shop is pro MPW. Everyone's looked after really well. Everyone's happy. Everyone is pro MPW and everyone cares about the customer. And
that's important.
That's taken a long time to build.
Yeah, it doesn't come overnight. And the right team, and that's the thing. And then you get recognised in your space for the fucking these cunts are the shit, man. That's it. And that's what it is. And it's building, and people don't understand that. We're having this conversation before. They see the ends of the journey and the rewards, but they don't see the fucking grinding before.
And they don't understand why they get a bill for whatever it is. And so that's why now we charge weekly. We justify our hours, and we talk to customers every Friday and just let them know what we're doing, where it's at.
We say that. We said this before, and I was saying this not long ago too. And everything comes at a price. You know what I mean? And you're not just paying for what it is, you're paying for the experience, the knowledge, the network, the capabilities, the long game. And that's what people, and I said to someone, I said, that comes at a premium too. You know what I mean? You can't get cheap with this. Your field, our field, you want the best, it comes with it. And if you want, that's fine, but that's not what we're about. And it's not that, it's because it comes. With the runs on the board. It's not just your shit cunt going, I'm going to charge it. No, it's not about that. It's you want the privilege of dealing with it, and that's not being a smart. That's the truth.
But it's not even the privilege, it's the ease, right? So you come somewhere like YTG, MPW, you've got the ease of knowing that we know what we're doing. We've done it before. We're not going to promise you something that we can't deliver or lead you down a garden path and go, okay, we can do this. Let's get excited about it and sell it to you, and then go, oh, fuck, how do I do that?
No.
So what you're paying for is our experience. It took me a long time to work out how to tune a methanol big block without throwing rods in it, right? So you go, but at least you know when you come to my shop, I'm not doing that to you. You know that when you let go of the button at the track, you're going down and you're going down fast. And that's what you pay for.
Yes.
You pay for that. And not only that, I give better backup service in this industry than anyone I know.
That's key.
Like we were talking about it before, this weekend I'm remoting on with a couple of guys over in the States tuning cars. They're racing.
So that's the other thing. Adam and his team, or especially Adam, they remote. So fucking guys are doing what they do overseas, and he's fucking watching over like fucking head office going, hey, this, and all those sort of things, which is demanding his
so we check
expertise.
data logs. We get videos sent through of how the car's reacting, and then we can make suspension adjustments or tell them to make suspension adjustments from there. We then tune the engine to suit the suspension adjustments that we're making.
Yep.
We look at data logs and we can pull everything. You're asking about sensors. That's why we've got so many sensors, because we look at data logs for everything, and then we can go back and make adjustments. Not only that, we've got another guy up in Mackay racing a Dragon Drive this weekend. So although I've got stuff on with the kids, you ask anyone on the kids' footy team, I'm normally sitting there with a laptop. So I'm trying to...
Watch the game and fucking...
I've got taken on to being one of the officials with the junior football club now. So do that in our spare time.
How do you have time for it all?
Oh, mate. Yeah, you just make it work. You just bite off more than you can chew, and you chew like fuck.
Fucking oath. Yeah, that's the mottos. That's really
well,
it.
Speaking of biting off more than you can chew, you've just signed with Burson's now.
Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of work with Burson Auto Parts. So they approached me. They liked the way I put things across honestly, and again, when they approached me, I said, hey, look, if you guys ask me to promote a ship product, I won't do it. And they were all aboard and said, hey, we actually don't want to sell ship products.
Good answer.
So that's good. You tell us if it's no good.
Yeah, grouse.
And look, it's funny because Street Machine, I've been lucky enough to, or you make your own luck. But
I was going to say, brother, there's no such thing as luck. It's fucking, you're ready when the opportunity arrives and you seize it, and they don't come to you
unless you've earned it.
Thank you. Yeah. And again, we were having this conversation, very blessed that people are, certain things have come and you go, yeah, man, that's cool. They recognise, but they want to associate with.
The difference with us, Shawnee, is we are, and I've said the word too many times lately, we're still humble. There's a difference between being experienced and owning your space and being confident in what you do and not being humble anymore. And I never want to be that guy because I remember where I come from. I remember being that kid looking up at things. I remember, and as I say, the Street Machine thing kind of has just fit in with my lifestyle the last decade. Although we're at max capacity with it now, obviously hosting YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I remember buying my first toolbox from Burson Auto Parts. And so when they approached me, I'm like, well, this is a big thing. We're
circle the way it's come around, isn't it?
We must be doing okay.
Yeah.
When they're going, hey, we want to pay you to work for us and promote us and kind of let everyone know how to use our products or what you would use where. And I guess it's different for me because I'm talking to people in the industry. I'm not trying to sell to the general public with this.
No.
I'm trying to talk to other mechanics, other workshops, and give them the confidence that if you want this part or if you want to try and do this or this is what we use it for. The Burson thing was a pretty cool thing.
So that's more for B2B stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't say we'll see you on the Burson's Facebook page because it's not.
Yeah, it'll go Burson's Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Will you be an ambassador now for them in a sense?
Correct.
In a way? Yeah,
correct. So I'll be at trade shows with them and stuff
correct.
like that. We'll be at trade nights with them and doing some Q&As and all that kind of stuff.
Fuck, that'll keep you busy. Fuck.
Yeah. But the other thing that we're working on with those guys is we're trying to take advertising to a different point, right? Everybody gets a tool catalogue thrown at them each month, right? Why not put a QR code in the bottom of it? So all the big ticket items, you scan the QR code, and here's us explaining how it works and doing a product review on it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's exactly what we're doing
Very
now.
smart.
So it just means that instead of you just looking at something on a page and going, oh, I wonder how that works, or can I justify it and why do I need it? No, it's us that they're actually going, hey, look, we're going to give you the product for 3 months. You put it through its paces, and if it ends up with my face on it in a magazine, you can trust it because I'm not doing a product review on something.
So what kinds of products would you be talking about when you're talking about doing?
Well, so one that we're doing at the moment, we've just got a CRC parts wash down there, which is like a biodegradable parts wash. And they're expensive. They're like $3,500, but they service themselves. Compared to a $200 parts wash that you put kerosene in, right?
Yeah.
So it's a big outlay, meant to be environmentally safe. I never bought one because of the price of them.
Yep.
So they said, hey, how about we give you one?
Try it out
for 3 months, then they take it back. I don't get anything, like I don't keep the product. and you give us an honest review on what it's worth and how it works over those 12 weeks and just put it through its paces.
Beautiful.
Because at least that way we can go, hey, look, this was worth it. Or, hey, look, this is worth the outlay by the time you do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Different heating units they're sending down, so we're trialing them. All the new hand tools that they get, they want us to trial. When Milwaukee comes out with something new, they want us to trial that and then do some reviews on them if they're a good thing. But it just helps everyone else in the industry go, hey, it works. Or but not only that, if they have a problem with it or someone doesn't know how to use it, they go, I'll call Adam.
Yeah, no, but again, look, it's we're all over 18. People who know what we're all about, MPW, YTG, individually as people. It's also you've achieved a certain level that you're now recognised as an expert or an authority, or you and your team, which is credit to you and you guys and what you're doing and your ethos of how you do it. I mean, in a small way, nothing to your level, but you know, when we got the phone call from the BBC,
I was about to say that,
and then we thought it was a scam because we get a lot of fucking scams.
Yeah.
And the Singapore correspondent interviewed us about me giving so much shit on the Ferrari Luce, and then they wanted a photo, and I've got a photo with me with one of the pistas, and that article's got the fucking Pope and Lewis Hamilton in it.
Yeah.
And it went around the fucking world.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there going, actually, for once, I stopped and went,
it's pretty cool.
hey, man, that's pretty cool, man. Fucking black come from Dandenong, and fucking we're sitting there going, and that's fucking pretty cool. You know what I mean? And again, it's like when you do stop and you feel very humble, you go, hey, man, that's nice. I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because I don't see it that way, but obviously you people do. And like I said, for them to then come to you and go, right, smash the fuck out of this product, because if you give it the green light, well, then we're golden. And I think that's what I mean. It's like, we're talking this before.
You don't see how good the quilt cover looks when you're in the bed, mate. It is bloody simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not until you stand back and have a look at that bed once it's been made that you go, fuck, that's a nice bed.
Yeah, man. It's like, yeah, man, it's cool.
You go, I don't ever get the chance to sit back. We've been so busy lately that my wife has just gone, hey, at the end of August, you're out for a week.
Yeah, good.
And I said, what are we doing? She goes, I've booked Thailand.
Great.
The two of us, we're leaving the kids with Granny, and we are going to Thailand for a week.
Nice.
Yeah,
she goes, you need to sit back and see what you've achieved the last year, what you've invested in.
I've noticed over the last, I mean, we've known each other now about 6 years easy, but I've noticed within the last 2.5, 3 years, the way that the business and the way you as an influence and what you're doing and all that stuff is just, more so in the last 12 to 18 months, it's just gone fucking like that. It's crazy, especially with all your traveling and going overseas and then SEMA and all of these events and big joints, and that's just...
And reinvesting in the business has been a big one for me.
Yeah, huge.
So everybody thinks that you're rich doing this stuff, mate. I am cash poor.
Keep reinvest, mate. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I keep putting everything back into the company. Like, we have got all new machines. We're just looking at a new dyno now. We've just redone the dyno cell. We've got
But you have to keep reinvesting. That's what they don't understand.
We've got new mezzos up. We just spent 25 grand on a pipe bender just so we can do roll cages nicer. Look, our roll cages were grouse before.
Yeah.
I just want to do them better.
Yeah.
And I go, now we've just put a whole new bender assembly in. We've just put in new band saws, new vertical, new horizontal. We've put in new benches. We just put a whole chassis jig in. So I've made a chassis jig which is 5 meters long that we make all of our double frame rail and single frame rail cars from scratch on.
Wow.
And everything is millimeter perfect on them. So it weighs 1.6 ton. So it can't move, it can't twist.
Yeah.
It's dead
Just
square.
perfect, yeah.
We've put all new CNCs in. I'm looking at, I want to get another 3-axis next year so we can start doing all of our billet parts.
Yeah, wow.
We've put CNC plazas upstairs.
You've run out of room.
We have ran out of room now.
Yeah. Well, you've been like that for a fucking while.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things with the staff members that I have now. We're getting cars done faster. We're getting them out faster. Less is sitting, which is really good. But it's also we're manufacturing a lot of parts and sending them out. So half of our stuff now is we will manufacture parts and send them out. But we're also getting so proficient at doing it. So we've got 3D scanners in-house. We've got, so myself, Austin, Dave, and Will are all very good at CAD.
Yeah, okay.
So we do all of the CAD stuff, which means that there's not just one person at MPW that knows how to scan or do CAD. There's not just one person who knows how to fold up a battery box.
Yeah.
There's not just one person who knows how to weld aluminium. There's not just one person who knows how to finish off a car.
Yeah.
Between us all, there's redundancy.
Yeah.
Which means if I'm away, one of the boys is away, whatever. I've just created redundancy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but it is good because a baton doesn't get dropped.
100%.
It just fucking keeps getting past.
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's saying, it's efficiency.
Yeah.
It's efficiency. Like I said,
It's smart business.
of course it is, brother. But that comes from fucking experience.
Oh, it comes from fucking things up too.
Yeah, fucking but experience. That's
You
what
say experience. Man, it's hard work. It is really hard
the
work.
fuck ups has
But the
fucking
difference is
made
the
the
fuck ups
fucking
cost me money. So when people go, oh, how can you have 10 staff members? Like, it's costing you a fortune. I'll tell you what, one fuck up costs more than 10 staff members.
Thank you very much.
So-
Thank you very much. At that level.
And then
level,
people go,
yes.
oh, but you got insurance. How many insurance claims can you make
I was
before you
going to
don't have
say,
insurance anymore?
people
Yeah.
don't understand that
Like,
shit,
you can't
mate.
always fall back on that shit.
No,
Unfortunately,
mate.
with us, the buck stops here. Yeah.
Yes.
And if one of the boys was to let's say put the wrong injectors into a car and let it go out the door and lunch someone's engine, right? Never happened, but that's an extreme. But I turn around and go, who pays for that engine? Me. Does it come out of MPW's pocket or mine? It's mine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you go, just having the right people in the right place, having the guys. So we don't push the guys. I'd rather them take an hour longer and make sure the product is perfect.
Awesome.
Than rush them through and be on a time constraint.
But there's
with everything.
no rush with what, because it's such a fine...
You can't rush.
You're
People
gonna
don't
say you
understand how
can't.
long it takes to plumb a car.
Yeah.
Or how long it takes to...
I've seen the boys, they'll Shorty, we're going to pick that, whatever it is up, and we'll have it for 5 days, and it'll come back. And then it'll go again, and it'll come back while they're working on the other stuff. And that's what we see. And then the boys will come, drop it, and you see a bit more work's done on it, because it's all different stages while you're working on everything else. Like, it's quite, it's been quite interesting watching it.
And
seeing it firsthand.
that's a good thing with Street Machine TV. So you go, the whole point of documenting what we are is to show people how it's done properly. And not only that, I understand that we are one of the high-end shops. I understand that everybody goes, oh, but I'm doing a budget build at home. No, but we want to show you guys how to do it to our quality. It's going to take you a lot of time because that's the difference. But where we're powder coating something, you can use a direct-to-metal product like Valspar, right, which is a polyurethane paint. And it's going to come up just as nice as our powder coat without all of the fancy equipment to do it. But you're going to get overspray on shit.
I was going to say, but...
And you go, but you can still do it at home and take your time and put your pride into it. And you can go, oh, I seen that on Street Machine TV. Oh, how do we make this work? Or how do we wire that? Oh, I remember Adam and Austin were doing that. Or how do I set up my pinion angle or my rear end for the first time at the track? Oh, there's an episode of that on Street Machine TV.
Yeah.
So I want to show people how to do their own thing because not everyone can afford me.
Sure.
And I'm already booked out for
I
however.
was going to say, you're fucked.
So
yeah, can't do anything.
I can't get everyone in my door.
No.
I can show people, look, you can tell me how to make lasagna. It's going to be different than yours. Probably not going to be as good.
100%. I know what you're saying.
But if I don't fuck it up and it doesn't spill over the sides, you've done your job, right? Yeah. And I go, so we can do the same thing on Street Machine by just helping all the people that are watching.
Help the bloke at home. He wants to fucking tinker. Okay, I don't have the budget, but hey,
me,
fuck your advice.
For me, the guy who's got 3 kids, whose missus isn't working because she's got a health issue, they're on one wage, but they're doing up a Tirana in the shed, right?
Yeah.
And he can learn something off of us, or he can put a question in the comments, and we can help him out. And then he goes through and he can show his kids how to do it. And he looks like the bloody rock star because, fuck, dad's always a rock star to kids, right?
People forget that that person's also one of the most dedicated and passionate persons. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's it's easy. Yeah, okay. A lot of companies got big checkbooks, that sort of stuff. Mate, I need your services. Bang. But if you can give back to someone who's working and tinky at home, who would never dream of being able to afford your guys.
Yep.
But fuck, I've got some fucking things that, yeah, man, that really fucking helped me. You know
and,
what I mean?
and it's a little tips and tricks, which is why we do a thing called Tech Tuesday now.
Oh, yeah.
And I honestly, that happened. I was sitting down with Sean, and Sean is my social media guy.
Yep.
So Sean now, all of the wonderful work that you guys see on Street Machine TV, that's all Sean. So Sean started off as static photography. And anyway, he's come through now. Amazing attention to detail, amazing eye for camera, amazing eye for editing, awesome choice of songs and everything.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, we brought him on board with MPW and we said to him, hey, look, have you got any ideas? Like, what content do we run? He goes, man, what content do you run? He goes, do you know how cool all this shit is? I'm like, it's just Tuesday, dude. He goes, no, your Tuesday's pretty cool. And having that fresh set of eyes is letting us see it. So we were having a meeting, and I said, why don't we do like a Tech Tuesday? And he goes, sell it to me. And I go, why don't we just do little things around the workshop where we can just tell people why we run a different isolator on this car, or what the difference between a DTM and a normal waterproof plug is, or why don't we tell people why we use a fuse panel over a PDM or whatever? And he goes, amazing. So we started doing these Tech Tuesdays, right? They're between a 30 and a 90-second clip, right?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Like they're just small, and man, they have gone viral. Like the amount of everyone I run into now, even all the mums at the footy club, they're like, hey, I know how to read spark plugs now. And I'm like, the reach they are getting is just next level.
Yeah,
and,
that's grouse.
And everybody's going, hey, can you do a Tech Tuesday on this? Can you do a Tech Tuesday on this?
That's
hey,
cool.
Thanks. Like, I was really stuck, and I watched your Tech Tuesday, and it fixed it. And I'm going,
yeah, awesome.
That's really
good
cool.
engagement.
Yeah.
We keep getting requests for Sean to lose his keys again.
Yeah,
I know. Fuck. Can you believe that? 20 million views, brother. Not losing my fucking keys. And we've been blessed. Again, great. Just everyone sort of on the same wave. We've done some amazing stuff that hasn't been done before and hasn't been done in the future and doesn't get the fucking views. But my fucking ugly mug losing my fucking keys, and we walk on the street and the cunts are going, I used to go, hey man, we love your podcast. I don't know that. He goes, nah, we love it. Now it's, hey man, did you find your keys? And I'm like, fuck, even the nuns will go, Sean, did you find your keys? Oh, sister, did you watch that? She's like, yes. But again, the social reach is huge. And that's the thing that says, hey man, we don't have to talk about hundreds of $1,000 bills. It's just this tech, like I said, just this really cool down to earth shit that, oh yeah, man, that's important.
But it also gives relatability too. Like when you go, we say lucky again, we've worked our ass off to be who we are and where we are. And a lot of people look at us and go, oh no, we can't talk to him. He's the big guy over there or whatever. Man, we are just people. And the difference is we probably just love it more than you guys. We just got it. When I'm having a bad day, and we all have bad days, but when I'm having a bad day, I just have to remind myself how much I love this industry, how much I love this sport, the people that I've met through it, the chances that it's given me.
Yeah. You look back at the ping pong shit, isn't it? It's quite amazing. Yeah, 100%.
Sean's going to Thailand with me soon. That's where the ping pong comes from.
Fuck, yeah. How do you think about that? Yes.
So who's doing ping and who's doing pong?
We'll be watching.
Don't catch it in your mouth, Sean. Don't catch it in your mouth.
But it is. It's when you look back, like you said, you look back at those things and, sometimes you stop and you think, fuck, I would never have foreseen that where it's at. And again, it's just, the days you don't want to get up, you get up and you fucking keep going, isn't it?
Even my wife rang me today and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't say good luck tonight. And I'm like, what for? And she goes, oh, you're doing the podcast. And I go, oh, that's just Thursday. Like, it's just funny that it's just, this is our normal life now and we do this kind of stuff. And look, we are blessed to do all this kind of stuff. We're blessed 100%. That these guys watch and listen
100%.
And I guess 100%. Appreciate what we've got to say.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. And again, we do what you said. Yeah, we say it. We are. When you're struggling, you sit there and I sometimes say with the boys, I go, you know what? We are blessed to be in the whole industry, and the industry is a big industry, to be where we are.
Yep.
We are very blessed.
Yep.
Like I said, your industry and all that facets are very big and it's very integrated. But where you are, like the beaconish sort of stuff, but people look at it and you go, yeah, man, and you look back and you go, it's just constantly putting the hard miles in, the hard yards in.
But it's cool with us too. We're in the same industry, right? But we know fuck all about each other's discipline.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I come down here and we're talking circuit racing and everything else, and I'm like, oh, really? That's how it works. And they come down and they're talking about going in a straight line and they're like, what? Like, there's that much to it?
Yeah.
And it's all the same industry, though. It is the automotive industry. It is racing. It is performance industry. And it is so different. And then you've got drifting, which is different again.
Oh, man.
But you go, it is, it's just a...
See, I've never done the drifting. I appreciate it because there's so much skill involved, but... because I think I'm just such a bogan. I just love the fucking power of a V8 and you don't get that with much drift cars. Most of them are fucking And me, 2 litres needs to be in fucking milk and juice. So for me, I struggle with that.
You say that, but 2 litres with 80 odd pound of boost on top of it's pretty cool.
No.
That's
I
mad.
get it, and it will eat my V8 most of the time. But nothing beats that fucking that growl. You know what I mean? And it's just something about it.
They used to say there's no replacement for displacement, right?
Yeah.
Now forced induction is.
I know.
It's just.
But you've seen it
when you got
what?
572 or a 600 cuber and you've got 60 pound of boost in that.
Fuck.
Come on.
But have you found it over the last, say, 5 years? Is it just turbos are just the simplest way to go to get the most efficiency?
Well, it's not simple, but people,
not simple, but
people understand them more now,
Yeah.
which means that you can make more power with them. Turbo technology has come a long way. So, partly to thank for that is a company called Pulsar. So Pulsar Turbo are a very close option to your Garretts and your Precisions.
Okay,
and that kind of stuff. Whereas a Garrett might cost 11 grand, a Pulsar's 3. Right, so it makes it more affordable.
Garrett's what most of the blokes. Well,
Garrett is the
pretty
Brembo.
much everyone's in fucking
Brembo
all the
of
Porsches.
turbos.
Garrett with the OG. If you want to make power, you put a Garrett on your car.
Yep.
That's where they were.
Yep.
Now they had Borg Warners and stuff like that back in the day, like back in when we were hitting it hard. But Borgies were cheaper, but they were always heavier. They didn't make the same power.
Yep.
But they were a good budget option, right? But if you wanted to make power, you went Garrett. Then you started putting Precisions on things. Precisions have precision tax on them.
Yeah.
Super good turbo for making power.
Yeah.
And then you've got things like Pulsars have now come out. And look, people go, it's a China turbo. The guy in Australia that sells them is an absolute gentleman. And look, I run them on my Capri and we make over 4,000 in that. And you go, and that's just because I can have the 2 turbos that are on my car and another 2 in the trailer as spares for the same price as I can.
I was going to say,
And it comes down to a budget thing. And as I said before, I'm not cash rich by any means. I invest everything back in my company.
Yep.
But you turn around and you go, our racing program still moves forwards if we have a failure because we've got spare parts there.
Yeah.
We can just do that by, I guess, putting the money in the right places. Now, can you go buy a cheap set of rods? No, you can't. Can you buy a cheap crank? No, you can't. They've all got a horsepower rating. But certain technology and everything has moved us forwards, i.e. turbos and all that kind of gear.
Yeah. Do you reckon hybrid turbos a conversation at all, or they're just not applicable?
Not from my industry, no, I don't think so. We do a lot with compound turbos, but hybrid turbos, I just don't think you're ever going to get the volume of air that we need.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Like you have a look at us, and as I say, even in my thing, like we'll put 60 pound of boost in that, and that's 572 cubes.
Yeah,
now, we've got twin 98 millimeter turbos on that. No hybrid's ever going to make that much air. It's just never going to flow that. On your smaller stuff that you're running, like on a track car, what are you going to do? 15, 20 pound of boost maximum?
Yeah.
And they're what, 2 litre? Yeah. Something like that. So it's not hard to supply that much air. But yeah,
it really is a science, isn't it? I don't think people realise how much of a science it is. If anything, it's fucking a lot more science to a fucking.
There's a lot of smart people
supercar
in this industry, hey. And you go, the difference is you come to the drag strip, and man, it looks like we do way less work than you guys in the way of on the strip, and we are running around manic and trying to fix things in between passes and making adjustments. Yeah. And you go to your pits, and they're all just sitting there. And like, oh yeah, tire pressures were good. and you guys are doing fucking 60 laps, and you're like,
it's very different.
But that's the difference with the horsepower levels that we're making, the reliability of things, versus you guys aren't on the ragged edge. Like you build. How often do you rebuild your race car engine?
Oh, ours will go 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4,000 Ks, 3,000 Ks.
I wouldn't know what the
So if we've got aluminium rods in one of our big blocks,
I think,
we do 25 passes.
Wow.
So by the time you go burnout and full pass, we class a burnout as a pass. So 50.
Oh, really?
So 50 passes or 25 because burnout and pass.
Is that because of just so much pressure put on the car doing the
so much pressure putting on the rods and stuff, and spinning them up and heat cycles and everything else, and you don't know. There's no signs that they're going to break, but when they break, the world ends, right? So for a couple of grand for a set of rods, you're out and back in, but you go, that's an engine rebuild, right? You guys are doing so. We'll do 50 passes in 3 or 4 meetings if we're going hard and we're trying to test and we're getting hard dialed.
Yeah.
So
true. Yeah.
Once we get them dialed, it's not too bad. Like as I said, up at All Stars that we just did that drag and drive, we didn't have one aborted pass there. Every time we let go of that button, we went 6s.
Wow.
And that's the point that we like to get to with cars, where you just got them dialed, you can read a track, you can put a tune up in them, and you just go, oh, this will get down for what we want. Let go of a button, drive down Broadway.
If someone who doesn't know, it's basically you have a Storley on it and goes to 4.5 or
whatever you set it to,
whatever to. Yep. Then they have like a button,
trans brake button,
which lets it go, and then that just shoots.
So what it does, cannon. How a trans brake works, is it locks first and reverse together. So you've got that hydraulic lockup within the auto, and then that'll allow us to put fluid into the converter, flare the engine up to where it needs to be, but it cannot drive out the output shaft because it's got 2 gears. So the input shaft, or the front half of the auto is working, back half of the auto doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
And as soon as you let go of the button,
bang,
it drops reverse out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're off first. So in a turbo 400, you can go first and second trans brake.
And they're 2 speeds, 3 speed.
Yeah. So turbo 400s are normally 3 speed.
Yep.
I have a turbo 400 in the Capri, but it's a 2-speed turbo 400.
That's what I thought.
So we knock first gear out of it, and so we're just running mid and high gear.
So second and third in a sense.
Correct.
Interesting.
Wow. And that's just some fucking talk. It don't matter because fucking first he gives a fuck.
Man, on Drag Challenge, we damaged one auto, and we had probably 20 minutes to get down the track.
Fuck.
And we went, how the fuck are we going to do this? And I said to the boys, hang on, I got an idea. And I checked trans brake. I'm like, trans brake works, we're all good. And they go, what do you mean? We got no first gear or second gear. And I go, well, there's enough to hold it on trans brake. So we're right.
Fuck.
So I staged my dumps. I mentioned before that we use dumps to relieve converter pressure. So I staged one dump at like 1.6 seconds into the run, and it shut, and the other one shut at 3 seconds into the run. And we literally let go of trans brake, grabbed top gear straight away.
I was going to say then... Oh,
and in one gear, we went 730 at 202 mile an hour. And we come back in, and everyone on the start line's like, you fucking idiot. How did that work? And we saved a day. That got us the win for the event because we just thought outside the box, and we had to get it in and pull the gearbox apart, and everyone in the pits hated us because it stinks like rotten eggs when you cook that fluid.
Oh, really?
Like it just smells like sulfur. It's horrible.
Really?
But it got us through, and Frank from Dandy Engines was working with Keith Hards, another gentleman. And he come up and he goes, as soon as I seen you move down there, he goes, I knew we were fucked. We can't catch you. And I'm like, that was us. Like that was the moment that we go in, I think we got this.
Yeah.
And then Stevie Athens, who was with me, he crewed with me over that event. And you see a video of him after it, and as soon as he lines me up on the line, he turns around and he's just shaking his head like he's about done. And then as soon as he hears it go, turns around and he's going, fuck yes, screaming, and he's like, yes, we're on.
Fucking grouse.
So, yeah, as I say, there's been some funny things like that, but...
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But yes, attrition rate in parts is far higher in drag racing than it is in circuit racing.
Yeah. And funnily enough, rods and rod-related things are usually the things that do our motors in the end.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you got to do preventative maintenance. That's why you pull them out and check them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else I need to cover off? Because we're probably way over time at this point.
We've gone well, yeah. But we said this before.
It's funny. We literally walked in here, and Nico goes, "What are we going to talk about?" Like we talk all the time. What are we going to talk about? Like, what are we covering? And I said, "Oh, look, I think it's just going to be normal. We'll just talk.
It'll be just flow.
We'll talk shit. And we'll go overtime again."
It was exactly that. But honestly, mate. Seriously, fucking congratulations! Because I remember the first time we've seen each other since when you did it, was like, mate, this is fucking.
This is big. Like this is.
I've done a lot of. Just got to fucking own this. Massive.
I've done a lot in my career. You know, I've been chasing this personally. This is a personal goal of mine. I've been chasing since we knew each other.
Massive.
So this is a big thing to tick off for me. But
in Australia, people, do you understand that? Australia.
It's been done in America. People have gone 6-second averages over there, but no one's ever done it in Australia. So this is the first time we've done it. And now...
And a road registered car.
Yeah, and now the times that we're running are equivalent with the Americans. So you go, my class would have won. We would have won that class, yeah.
Which is massive when you think about it, especially America with its drag DNA and its
and the lack of rules on their streetcars.
Really?
So that's what gets us. Like they're
loose as fuck.
Man, Edison's a streetcar over there.
Yeah.
Anything's a streetcar.
Yeah.
So
we're just
and the coppers just don't care. Like you go over there, I've been to events over there where everyone's doing burnouts at the front, and the copper's the one cheering it on. Like it's different than it is here.
Yeah.
But the one thing we need to adopt over here is we just need to be proud of each other. We need to be happy for each other. Man, the one thing I love about going over to America is
the culture's different, isn't it?
No tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, man. Period. That's what I was going to say. Period. It's really cool over there.
Like you, I just don't like you. I don't talk shit about you. Yeah. I just don't like you.
It is what it is, mate. Yeah.
Over there, they just praise everybody.
They embrace. Yeah, they do. They do. It's really
because
true.
they understand that is healthy and it moves the sport forwards and everything.
And what it actually took to fucking get there, and respect the fact of what you've taken to get there. Not fucking throw rocks and go, you're a cunt. No.
Yeah.
Relax the jealousy, embrace the fucking advancement, and go, well, fucking, how do I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
That's the sad thing that we don't.
And we need that here. And anyone who sees all the footage of the event on the weekend, they'll notice I've got a big Australian flag hanging out the back of my car.
Yeah,
and that is because we are proud to be Australian.
Man.
We are patriotic for here. Nobody really cares about that anymore. But look here.
No, we've gone to the fucking shit, mate.
I
say it, mate. Well, I was saying to someone the other day, not to change the subject, not to go politics, but when you got kids, you start looking at things differently. We are the perfect fucking example of an immigrant coming here in the 60s. My background of Indian and Portuguese that's my background. I am fucking Australian. I am more fucking Australian than half the cunts here. And my family are Australian, and we love and are proud of our country, and that's given us the opportunities of what it is. And it's not saying this. It's not some people say, some of these things you say racist. Fucking have a look at me, cunt. I'm not a fucking white boy from Durack. So I can fucking say it the way it is. And I've got such a mixed race of nationalities. But if we all just be proud of who we are and contribute, if not, fuck off.
Mate, I've got mates of all different nationalities. And a good Lebanese mate of mine said to me, he goes, if Australia goes to war, I'm going as an Australian. He goes, I don't care who we're fighting. I don't care whether we're against Lebanon, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
He goes, I'm Australian. I live here. I am fucking Australian.
Mate.
And he goes, if anybody wants to bring their shit over here, if anybody wants to start, but I come from a war-torn country, so I'm going to fuck yours. No, go back there. Like that's not the mentality that we need here.
We don't.
And that's why I say I teach my kids, I'm proud to be Australian.
Yep.
And treat others as you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if somebody does the wrong thing by you, well, let it be their fuck up. Move on.
Yep.
And we play a game of pay it forwards.
100%.
It's so if we're at the shops and there's an elderly lady behind us or whatever, where I live down on the peninsula, and there's a lot of elderly people down around Rye and whatnot. And if we get shopping or whatever, we'll pay an extra 50 off of hers. And we walk off. We don't tell them. I don't want thanks for it.
No. But it's good, man.
But one day when my wife's stuck on the side of the road with a broken car or a flat tyre.
The universal pay it back. 100%.
Or when my daughter gets a licence and has an accident or she's really upset at school one day, something's going to help her out.
Yeah.
And I go, if we all believe in that, mate, the world's a better place for
us. And we were saying this again. It's fucking giving back and paying it forward because it is true. Because, you know what I mean? We know what it's taken to get here. And it would have been actually nice to have a little bit of a pay forward. It's quite nice to
see
do
what it feels like to give someone something and not want something in return.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it just feels good. I know that sounds selfish, but sometimes the smile and the appreciation of that person that you give, like our Tech Tuesdays, when everyone comes up to me and goes, man, thank you so much. I'm like, that little bit of appreciation, it costs nothing to be nice, right?
Yeah,
We're not talking about giving money to people.
No.
We're just talking about having the respect and just doing something nice for someone.
Yeah. Which has fucking gone down the dunny.
Yep.
It really, really fucking has.
Yep.
All right. Well,
going down the dunny.
I want to end with a question. And for the audience listening,
please.
We haven't talked about this at all off podcast. I've waited till we're on camera, so we have to hold ourselves accountable to this. When is Sean going in the car?
Huh?
When is he taking you on a ride?
One day I want to go in this fucking thing. But
I have two seats in this car. It is a proper street car. It has two harnesses. Now, the track that we could have done this at was Heathcote Park Raceway, and that's been bought by Symbolics and Johnny Ricker, Dan Symbolics and Johnny Ricker. So if it is capable to still put 2 people in that car,
I'd love to.
Then we're putting you in that car, and we are strapping as many DJIs in that car as I can. And
fucking mate, that'd be mad.
This guy, you think it was funny when he lost his keys. Wait until he loses his shit. Because he will shit biscuits. It'll be, on a soft launch, it will be mid to high 2Gs. Well, and he will get out of it, and he will be fucking white.
A mate of mine, well, mate, this is what a mate of mine, he was in commercials. His brother was a ex-Air Force, and we were talking about this, and his mate happened to drag race, and he said it was the same feeling as being when they were doing testing in the US. The force of the catapult off the fucking thing, he goes, that's the only thing I can...
Off the aircraft carrier.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever experienced in my life that is similar to what the G's and the forces we feel. And when you think about it, and like you're saying, you're pulling 2.5, 3 or something.
Yeah, so we can go over 3, but like if we do a passenger pass, it'll be probably up around that 2.5 range.
Fucking mate.
So we'll
go as hard as... Like when I go on the V8 supercars with the boys, go as fucking hard as you fucking can.
He won't say that after the first one, don't worry.
Honestly, I actually
when
would
you're a metre off a concrete wall and...
No. I there's a lot of respect because I know deep down in my heart I'll be so fucking intimidated by just knowing what to expect and just the fury of what it would be. I think it would be quite fucking overwhelming.
So to put it into our language, we do... In the 60 foot, which is the first 60 foot of the racetrack, which is how we measure kind of how we're going to go for the rest of the track. That's our front split. We will do, let's call it a 108 or a 115, so 1.15 seconds. And we're doing probably 160 odd Ks at the end of that.
Jesus.
That's fucking crazy. Can you imagine the force?
By half track, so in 200 metres, we're doing 180 mile an hour. So what's that? Just under 300? 186 is 300. Yeah, so 290 kilometres an hour in 200 metres. Yeah. In 400 metres, we're doing about 355, 360. So 220 mile an hour is about, 356 or something like that?
Yeah, did you imagine the fucking... Just that.
So in 400 metres, we're doing over 350 Ks an hour.
Yeah, that's just
and then when you hit the chutes at that, in my car, the 2 chutes literally pulls the back off the ground.
I was going to say that.
And you do exactly the same negative. So.
Far out. And you're going from positive G into negative G.
Into negative
changes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So again, I've mentioned Street Machine a lot. I say that because I'm pretty proud of what we're doing on that.
Yeah.
But if you jump in, there's all in-car footage. So we were just up at Sydney testing and there's actual in-car footage. And we did a 6-second pass where I was talking to the camera and just telling him as we're going, and we put a mic on. And he's like, do you reckon you can talk? I'm like, yeah, sweet. Like, I'm super calm in the car.
Yeah, it's your
so
space.
calm in the car. So I'm like, yeah, we're doing a burnout now. So this is what we're doing. All right, we'll bring it up, top gear, run through the burnout. We're backing up. I'm getting Steve to back me up. All right, Steve's getting me into single stage. All right, we'll bump in now. We bump into dual stage, and then we run it through. We've gone past half track. All right, we're going to pull the chutes.
Wow. And it's just so second nature to you.
Yeah.
That's why, I always hope one day if I ever had the opportunity to go in the car, it'd be such an overwhelming experience.
Yeah.
Just that. It's a totally different thing to what we're used to on a fucking track.
Well, if we can get it sanctioned, if we can get there and get down the track, then we'll love to.
I fucking would love to, mate. That's just something I would like to experience. I said it's something totally different to what we're so used to.
If we can't, I reckon we get the YTG R8 out, and you can do a couple of drag passes in that.
Oh yeah, that's it's going to our friends, and they're going to fettle with it, as we said. So
I reckon you can do some straight line stuff in that and see what you reckon.
Oh mate, I'd be mad to go in that. So look, let's see. That'd be awesome. Yeah, look, definitely.
I appreciate being on here with you guys. Thanks to everyone here for the support, obviously. Thanks for the invite, guys.
No, we wanted to jump in first because we know you got a busy calendar.
Yeah, we've got another
podcast. You're going to talk to a lot of people overseas. And so, mate, we're grateful to come on board with us and have a chat about something so amazing and really for what a massive fucking achievement for yourself and MPW, what you've been able to achieve. It's, like I said, brother, it's historic. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's fucking massive. Congratulations, man.
No,
fucking serious shit. Serious shit. So
glad you can all be part of it too. Like, as I say, sponsors like yourself get us there, right?
Yeah, man. We've been working well together, both our brands.
When we say sponsors too, Shawnee doesn't throw a bucket load of cash at me. Sean helps behind the scenes. Sean helps transport things. Sean helps store things, move things. We work together.
Mate, they've got us out of some fucking pickles. That mechanical, cars, especially old cars. We don't understand them. These guys do, and we've been very, very blessed that they've really helped us out on some stuff that we just don't fucking understand. You know, the old cars and big blocks and shit like that. And so, yeah, man, it's been a really blessing with us, just the way it's worked out. So it's been a great, even though we're in different spaces, but there's still a lot of interaction and interconnections in a lot of ways. So, no, man, it's been grouse to have you on, especially now is good timing with what you guys have achieved. Yeah, it's fucking well done.
Yeah, and then next time we've got a spot, we will talk about, I guess, what else happens over in the States and the new...
What other fucking chapters you keep opening.
And the new Summer Nats
goals
platform.
You're kicking. Yeah, Summer Nats would be grouse. I think we should try and do the Summer Nats. If not, maybe New Zealand.
New Zealand sounds like a good idea.
YTG with fucking MPW having a bit of fun in the background, watching how the boys in their fucking environment.
Yeah.
It's like different to us going to a track day. It's now we're going to...
Yeah, that's right.
That'd be fucking cool. No, man, it's been awesome having you on, brother.
Done.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you again. Ciao, ciao.